Hello there and welcome to my channel. It's Kate in the Nest and it's Roxy's Journal of Stitchery time again. It seems like ages since I've talked to you about this work. I've had all those other fleur colours and all sorts of excitement levels, but it is absolutely with the same sense of excitement that I've pulled my nest down. This is my Roxy nest with all sorts of bits and pieces in it, and yes, we're going to work on this part of my journal. Sandra from Sydney asked me the other day, am I still going to make a nest out of my rolls? And I think I definitely am. So summer and spring, oh look at that, it's just lovely to remember that work, are going to become a nestle. Oh, there's a new word, sorry. It's because I'm about to sneeze with the hay fever. I'm so sorry about that, but you can't hold that. So, hear that? A nestle, which is a vessel that's a nest. Okay, so I'll leave some there. What have I got in here? I'm going to talk to you more about this piece of trim that I got from the green door. These are the colours that I was working on last time. These little acorns. I found, oh yeah, I've got a couple of things. Won't get that today. So this is my little gathering. I'll move that to the side. And I think I'm realizing, is this the last week of autumn? So funny when we're in spring to go back to autumn, but I think it might be. So that's what we're going to focus on. And last time I started to do a mushroom. Now I haven't done anything else on that because I went to Melbourne, but I'm feeling more confident and we might get to stitch that. I found this piece of embroidery, half finished. I love these. It's a sewing basket piece, and I actually thought that there might be somewhere for a little star or something, whatever it's called, in here, and it's on this beautiful it's cross stitch, isn't it? Yeah, so I like this one. So I've been remiss in my last few videos for not asking you right at the top, how are you? How's your weekend going? I'm hoping you are having time to stitch along with all your favorite YouTubers, or going to a sit and stitch, because it is truly so much fun, isn't it? And as I film this, I'm feeling that I deserve this time. I've done 2 loads of washing, they're out, the chores are done, and it's that delicious time of a Sunday morning before lunch, and a cup of coffee had, and I can just go, okay, I've got a little window of time. So let's talk. I don't know where this is going to go, which is very typical Kate. I've got some of this flower to continue to work on. I've put in some threads. I've got this lovely pearl. I've got this yellow wool from Fleur, and I thought I had something else. I thought I had the brown ready to go. I probably do, but it's fallen out somewhere in my enthusiasm. So let's start with something just to get us going. I thought, so I really need that brown wool. Oh, here it is. There we are. Now, a couple of you are asking about what wool do I use. I'm using 4-ply, and the question was, can you just buy it at a store? I think you can. And I'm just gathering bits and pieces from everywhere. Now, what do I want to do? I want to start a stitch. And then go into the so as I said, I'm just being braver now and sharing my learning. And I always acknowledge that many of you have been stitching way longer than me. And this may not be interesting at all, but in the spirit of sharing, this is me splitting 4-ply wool and just doing a little bit of progress on my mushroom. I certainly won't do this for the whole video, but it's just a reminder that we do need to come back. See, I've gone into the zone. Been doing so many projects. I have a little birdie ring on today that I got from the salvos, and I thought it's in the nice autumn colours. Now it's starting to split a bit better. It takes me a while to get into the hang of things. What about you? So I have an exciting week ahead after an exciting week last week. I mean, I feel very blessed. Tomorrow I'm off to the Green Door to do a introduction to beading on embroidery. I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's going to be run by the beautiful Bella. So very excited about that. And then on Wednesday, we've got an open studio. And I only had one of those just last week. So what a joy is that? And that was because it was a catch-up last Tuesday. So I will definitely be sharing all of that. Here we go, I'm going around a corner. Oh my goodness. Almost looks like the top of a mushroom. So if you're new, I just need to fill you in. I've sort of done it backwards. I'm sort of sharing. Oh, that's what the hoop is for, isn't it? See, I haven't used a hoop. That's why it's going to be easier. Look at that. Now I can go faster. Yeah, I'm learning the stitches as I go, and I just started with running stitch or cantha, and still adore that as a stitch. Okay, you've got the hang. Now I've got the hang. That's why I was using the hoop. So I will come back to that. But look, I've got a little bottom and the start. Progress. Okay, on here I started this big applique flower, and again, because I've left all of these things still to be done, let's add some colour to this. With yellow wool. to the edge on that one. So the weather is warming up here. I know I always end up talking about the weather, but I'm thinking that because I'm sewing into mohair on the back, and that's raising my body temperature because it's warm outside. Now I'm enjoying the randomness. You can see that this is an orange flower, but I'm putting yellow over it because I love my yellow flowers. This thread is nearly gone, and it's gone, so that's a little bit of that. And in true Kate style, we're going to zip somewhere else. Now, I want to think about where this is going to go. Actually, I'll move my little plate there. Still getting, oh, I better just check. Can you see my hands? This is all a new setup and I'm not quite, I hope you saw that. Okay, let us let's look about this bit over here, which is, we've got our birds, we've got Rachel's fabric. I like that this is sort of raggy-taggy. So let's try and put it into a circle first. Maybe the stitching on the outside may have to go, I'm thinking. I think it will have to. I don't usually use triangles or diamonds or things with angles. So that's another growth. Yes, because I've got my acorn bobbles up there. I'm trying to get these diagonal. Oh. I do want to cover up the birdies. Let's do that as a maybe at this point. Because the other thing that I have found during the week is this piece as well, which is another unfinished embroidery, and I'm loving these shapes because they remind me very much of fleur. Look at that tiny stitching. So because see, it's the end of autumn, let's just start with, oh, these two have got their stitches. Okay, I'm going to try, because I wouldn't mind stitching these for real. And so we know that the maker can, I mean, it ended up the sewing basket. There'll be a story behind that. I love that sound. And I don't want to cover up all of Rachel's fabric, but is there a way? Yes, I did it up here. That was too much. So we'll do this little flower. I have to remember if this is to be a vessel. I don't want to cover up too much of that. I know it should really go this way. Keeping that in mind. Gonna get rid of this spiky thing, round that off. Will I think I would like to try. Excuse me. See about perspective here. Actually, I'm thinking that's too bright. So we've got some stitchy there. That orange is okay because it balances out here. I've got my little pocket for something special in there. Could I just have to make it as it's meant to be at the moment. Just a little applique with some opportunities. We'll go over the top there. Put that into place. Got a tree there. Still got lots more of that to play with. I want to do some stitching on here. I've still got my leaves to finish off up there. If I can have a flower. Yep, because it's a little bit plain under there. I hope you have fun like this. So there are, for me, no rules. It's just a little bit of have a play and see where it all ends up. Okay, I want to do some actual, so let's do it on this one. I didn't finish my sentence. I want to do some actual stitching. And let's use one of these beautiful threads. what I like to do is just fasten this on with a running stitch in this lovely colour. Okay, it's gone quiet again because this is my happy moment. Just deciding I'll go out through that little petal there. I was talking the other day about, well, I should address this to Rachel and to Sarah, and say thank you again for the inspiration. But this is what happens when we get together and talk. We were wondering about the prompt, which is a bird. I just remembered that. So yeah, I've got more time to work on this than I thought. But also, we're wondering what we're going to do for winter. So it was a fantastic conversation around the green door table about guessing what winter will look like. And we came up with bare trees without leaves. And then someone did think of, is it chestnuts or something like that? But anyway, we have no idea is basically what I'm saying. And I love that. That's how interesting this project is, because even when we're working on one, we're already dreaming about the next. I'm coming around here because I want to get to those long stripes there. Too big a stitch, doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to go, in fact these are like the stripes that I've seen on Fleur's work. It's nice to have a pattern underneath to follow. There we are. Realised I stopped talking, but I know you'd understand. Oh, I love that. Don't look at the back. Yeah, so I've got this little hidden autumn flower. Can't stop, so what could I put as a really, keep going back to the colours that the girls said. So let's use this burgundy, which is new to me, but I do love this colour. And let's go along. I think these are meant to be bullions or something like that. I'm just going to do French knots in a different colour. We'll secure it. We'll see how 5 look. Oh, bit tough to pull through, Katie. Oh. There we are, we're fine. Now, might be a bit big because it's gone on to the next one. Yeah, probably better. I've got something through with me about. Just cut that out of the way. I think this is a lovely colour, and I'm liking the combinations. You could see my studio now. It's such a riot of incredible different colours for all my projects. And I just look over and it makes me happy. All right, look at that. That's almost like proper stitching for Kate. So I have to thank the girls again for their inspiration. Maybe I might just trim that leaf there so we can see it a little bit better. Yeah, so there we are. We have the leaves hanging down off the tree. And of course, it's not realistic because a flower wouldn't be that high. Okay, let's go over here. So nice to have a long session to actually do this. So this is another pearl in a different colour, and I really want to make this an obvious addition. So it's just going to be big stitches. Getting a bit close to the bird's nose, but actually I could embroider those birds maybe rather than going hunting for another one. So we call this rustic, wouldn't we? Look at these big stitches. Oh, nearly did a blanket. Here we go. End is in sight. Sorry for all the silences, but I hope you know that that's because I'm having such a lovely time with you. And I hope you're stitching into, as we say, stitching into Rachel's linen is like butter. Especially when you have a blanket underneath that. There we go. All right. So I've got to make this less beige here, so I can embellish that. Got that flower working well. And this one will be there. This one over there. If we can imagine, so let's just take a moment to think about this as a vessel. We will probably need, oh, that's right, I've got winter. I've got winter to go on it. But it's starting to come together, and we're leaving that little bit down there for the gathering of the nest. All right, I did want to, I haven't thought about where my mushroom will go either. It might end up here, moving on to winter, or in there. Okay, but where is this? I wanted to, I wish you could feel this. So these were vintage braids from Zoe from the Green Door Studios, and I discovered something about them the other day. And in fact, look, it's not a cake video if there isn't a crunkle and some beautiful things. So, look at that for the colour. I'm hoping that maybe in winter I can use ice. Then we could have, I would love to have like icicles. Look at that, hanging down. That's that same braid that I used on my fleur pouch. Love that. Not the blues, but there was, aha, look what I discovered. I had this, but obviously it's meant to cut this bottom off, and then it becomes with fringes. So what I want to do, maybe I should just use that bit. Look at that. I hope that gives you joy. What if, because I'm always looking at people's beautiful textures, and can I turn that into a textural flower? Now, sorry about this, I haven't got a green thumb today. I've got a blue tip. I'm printing off things for my Christmas journal. Of course, had to change the ink. I think I might need to use some sticky tape, which I haven't got down here yet. But can you see what I'm thinking? Is there a way to use fringes or to make flowers in autumn? Now let's think of the vessel. I think in there. Now, I'm not going to take you through my trials and errors of how to get that down and to stop it fraying, but and then I'll put something in the center, like a vintage button. Look at those. I think were they in the green door pack? I just love that green. Look at me, loving green now. Okay, what else are we going to do before we finish? I've gone crazy with braids. Absolutely loving them. All right, I've got some blue up there. Here's my beautiful butterfly. Oh, why don't we do... Am I ready to try and do something on our butterfly? Thinking about that blue bit. Gee, this project is so much fun, isn't it? I'm loving having it all on one big stretch because I can come back. All right. I think let's put some burgundy. You know what I can hear? My husband unpacking the dishwasher, which is, he's wonderful in the kitchen. That makes me think, oh, I can just keep staying down here a little bit longer because things are being done, and I feel like doing just adding interest and embellishment. Oh, let's just go up here. Okay. Yes, now I realise why I thought I was at the end, because I had forgotten about the new prompt. So we must have 2 more weeks. It's because I missed out last week. Or the week before, who knows. So I'm just going to, my idea is to gradually really cover this beige with all sorts of interesting stitches. Oops. Isn't it fun to have different colour palettes? I was just thinking if someone's new here, they'd be going, oh, we thought Kate did bright colours, which I do, but it's very nice to be challenged. Okay, so I've got some little French knots there, and I'm just seeing, to finish off, I've got this beautiful purple wool, which may be Fleur, or it may be in one of my packs, I can't remember. It's variegated. So this area here on the linen, and over the top of these blue flowers add some purple. So it's a bit like, sorry, those little like thread painting, as I've learnt. We've got the blue that's underneath that we want to enhance. Stitch there, over here. It's just starting to change colour now. One more big one. There we go. That has been, oh, I think I want to do one more little stitch around here. Oh, it doesn't want me to. So, hope you can see those colours. I am enjoying trying out different things. So, there we go. What have we done today? We have added an unfinished cross-stitch star. We've added some other unfinished tapestry or embroidery up here. I've done some fine work, like not fine as in good, but you know, trying. Wild fringy flower, and thinking about that there. So I'm excited. I need to focus on birds now. Oh, and I've got my mushroom. And where's my nest? Because I'm going to move on to another happy stitchy project after this. Let's put the green jewel braid in there. And I want to say thank you so much for joining me. I hope there's been something there that has made you smile. And of course, I want to wish you the very best of stitching for the rest of the week. Until next time, this is Kate in the Nest. Bye.